Yes, so when I spoke with Srila Maharaj, I asked him this suggest an idea of Srila Prabhupada. What does it really mean? And I got a recording of Srila explained, and what he says with our Guru Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur, we want to build a museum, a temple, a planetary, let's say installation, which will very clearly show people the supremacy of Krishna consciousness. Because Goloka and Krishna is the center of reality. So most people in Hinduism, they don't understand the structure of not only that one universe, but we're dealing with a very small universe. The whole creation comes from Lord Shri Krishna is explained Aham Sarvasya So I'm the source of everything. So how to show this? And obviously we have different levels of consciousness. Like in this world, there's a 14 level of consciousness, where certain perfect beings reside, but still this within Brahmanda, within the material world. So Srila Maharaj's idea was that you should look at Brihad Bhagavatam of Srila Sanatana Goswami, where it's very clearly described the experience of Kumar's astrology. He's coming to place in Brahman, he becomes Brahman. You understand? So he's giving you the perspective from eye view of those great demigods and great sages. So finally crossing Viraja, crossing a material world, he's going to Parviyam spiritual world. And there, at the very beginning, he discovered himself in Vaishnava and in his darshan of Lakshmi Narayana. And that Lakshmi Narayana also sources different avatars, including Krishna. But that's not Krishna, it's not Krishna Vrindava. There's different type of Krishna that comes out of Lakshmi Narayana. So basically, finally, he defined that my heart is not with Vaishnava. My heart is laying in Vrindava. So Guru Maharaj explains, Srila Maharaj says, Sarva Dharma Prijajam Mam Ekam Sharanam Braja. Sharanam Braja means only in Vrindavan you can fully express your rasa sentiment with Krishna. Being his friend or being his beloved, and obviously the Rasa Lila is the highest expression of the potency of divine love. And reveals the soul, so the soul is linked. So how to do that? That is the challenge. So you have to show different approaches, different reality planes, and that's what we work in as a group in Vedic planetary. So right now we're in very final stage with constructing icons and visuals, and after finished icons, we're going to visual logos. We already basically define the art, because everything, see, what we do is we do animation and we don't tell me, show me. So show me means music, visual, and the experience, the emotion. So you have to carry the emotion, that's the most important. So this Vedic planetarium is a great challenge, and previously it was not possible. But now with the grace of Krishna, with the computing power, with animation power, artistic skills, musical skills, you can pretty much do what Hollywood does with a very small, compared to Hollywood team, if you have an idea. That's what we're working on, researching and working on an idea, and we welcoming, of course, all the ideas. And thousands of ways to show.
So Maharaj, you are planning to make that whole experience of the Vedic planetarium, of the yoga planetarium, to make it into a dome show, which can be seen within a dome visit.
We already just opened in Hollywood and Los Angeles a big exhibition called Mystic Universe, which is our, I would say, iPhone 3 version of what we want to do. But there's iPhone 3, iPhone 4, iPhone 5. So we always define new version, newer version, better version. Because what we learn from technological development that you can never finish an idea. You can always refine and make it better, deeper. Just like, I was looking at archive of Srila Maharaj, Shri Guru in His Grace, and we found maybe 10 articles that you really want to put in your In a version of Sri Guru's grace.
Yes,
So,
for sure.
so my point is, it can be and that's why Krishna saying Gita, I've been speaking this knowledge so many times. And by the way, just for your reference, as you know, after the Kurukshetra finished, Arjuna said to Krishna, oh, everything you told me before Bhagavad Gita, because he gave me Gita, but we might take 18 days and I'm not sleeping. Says, tell me again. Then again, Krishna started telling Arjuna to steer Bhagavad Gita. So it's not one time story, you know. Just like we're reading every day Bhagavad Gita or reading Shastra, as we go into our spiritual progress, but what it really draws is necessity. See how much necessity. If you have no necessity for food, there's no point of cooking nice food. If you're very, very hungry, one piece of chapati will kill you. So it's all about how to develop your spiritual necessity, your spiritual hunger. And we do this in association. That's the only way. So thank you for giving service to discuss such amazing.
Well, just one more point. These Zoom talks, which we are having with all the acharyas, they are bringing some devotees to hear from people they hardly even knew that they existed. At Srila Govinda Maharaj's time, that technology did not exist. So you have any suggestion how we can increase it through your technologies?
Oh yes, so I think technology, nowadays everything exists with your mobile phone with projection. So the world is moving towards virtual reality, which is now announced by Facebook, they call metaverse. The demons will create virtual world for people to get lost in that virtual world, just because they want to take people from this reality to bigger illusion. And so my idea is that virtual reality will be present as a future. Just like we're using Instagram or Facebook preaching. We should use everything in development for preaching. So we're working on it right now. We're creating a metaverse, planetarium, which you can access to your mobile phone or to the computer.
Thank you very much. What is your take on artificial intelligence and how devotees should relate to it, conceive of it, whatever inspires you to say about that?
Well, the neuron chains which have been developed in California are pretty good actually. And they pretty much can replace almost any living person. Let's say if I take Dostoevsky and I put to the neuron chain, it will pretty much learn all the Dostoevsky way of talking and describing as a great writer. So technically we can do Vedavyas and or any medical with this neuron chain. Now it will be mental information, intellectual information. It may not be correct. Therefore, we cannot replace guru or living being with artificial intellect. But as far as because my idea was hey, why don't we take all the scriptures, load inside, and in a particular way, it can answer all your questions. And they'll be correct answers because the questions are very simple. But it still will not replace your service connection of guru. It's my point is the flavorful woman will ever replace your wife. She might be more beautiful than your wife, and she may be quiet. You know what I'm trying to say? She will play one, and she sees. And you can even embrace her, right? But if she replaces your wife, that is the question. Somebody say, yes, that's all I need. I need something to embrace somebody. That's all I need. That's all enough for me. I say, well, then you don't understand what life is. And there is no explaining this because it makes so much sense. For the artificial intellect will replace a child. We know in Japan they buy the doll and they play the doll. It's just almost like the little robot. because they have no one to connect. They're alone. They're afraid. They're just say like a robot or the dog or the cat. So my question is, in America, many people say, "Oh, dogs are real friends because dogs never cheat you." My dog never cheats. That is true. Yes, dogs are because dog thinking, "Oh, I'm the master. Here's my master. He's walking me." Dog not thinking I'm servant. Dog thinking I'm master. I'm in his house. I don't pay any money. I don't take food. He's my servant. He serves me, and I'm like the master. Dog is not thinking good. Because dog I feel like a king, because he doesn't have to pay for anything. He's living like a king in the house. Anyhow.
That's a beautiful version.
Right. But the truth is,
so artificial intelligence is just a servant. But if they would think they can make it master,
well, remember, in the material world, the idea is exploit and consume. See, in the Vedic culture, when you are acquiring higher knowledge, you're supposed to serve and give. Therefore, a brahmana can be a doctor, and you're not supposed to charge anyone, except donations or food. As a guru, you don't charge anybody. You are doing your service, and you're accepting what's coming to you by the will. Because that is the greatest reset. That is the highest consciousness. If you achieve highest consciousness, you have to serve. Otherwise, why are we dressing the sannyasi? Means, but the truth, we have to give up this world. If we expectation of like worship or prestige or money, then we're selling. We're selling our knowledge. That's why we don't bring a professional kirtan singer. There might be beautiful kirtan singers, but we don't bring them to the temple and we don't tell that's what it is. Because there might be even concert, but kirtan is to be professional kirtan singer can be good. But in general, we have very clear definition. What is service and what is exploitation? Now we can see in religion, we see many times mixed together. That's why we understand about mission Bhakti. And people like Prabhupada, we understand Srila Bhakti, Pure Bhakti, There's so many devotees here at Vrindavan. But Saraswati Thakur said, I have not met one pure devotee. Why? Everybody dressed like devotees, everybody have teeth. What Saraswati Thakur, from his divine perspective, so he's saying, I want to see someone who has absolute surrender and unconditional service to Sri Krishna. That Chamahatma Sudula, but that type of person, very rare.
Well, thank you very much for this beautiful interview we had with Avadhut Maharaj. Was very inspiring to see his point of view of the different situations we are having these days in the material world and how we can go over them. Looked by the Krishna's consciousness point of view, because we are living in a society that is always changing, and this 2022 we are having more changes. We will see how the COVID situation is going, that for example in Europe is crazy, and also we have the introduction of the 5G internet connection and different things, and the Vedic knowledge, the culture of the Vedas have been there present since the beginning of the creation, and it is giving us answers by the sadhus to how work and how service during those changes that we are having.